A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers.
Buddy joined
Whoa.
your channel.
That's it. Few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Elo, kogo tam mamy?
Ankle gators used to roam
No.
the wilds,
Siema,
and they
Outlaw.
nested and rolled this lagoon.
Siema.
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon. These beasts, they don't like company. That's ankle gator country for you. Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools.
Buddy joined your channel.
Все.
Elo mello.
The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Ej, no przecież przed chwilą wypiłem podcast.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those pincushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Serwerów nie może znaleźć.
Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. Bad idea to walk in gator grass. Queen's got one mean bite.
No nareszcie.
He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, The thicker the tall grass grows, kids gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. They make a tasty snack. Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Seems even stinkweeds know to stay away from the queen. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running.
Na co? Ty, Dafoe, może to maniek? Nie, to ty miałeś Dafoe.
She's starting to get annoyed.
Robert,
No,
zobacz jaki nick jest w przeciwnej drużynie, snajper.
no ja tam. Tego już miało.
After all that, kid lets the ankle gator go. Hope Queen Anne don't mind us borrowing from her treasury. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what?
Ło?
It was worth it.
3 sekundy, 2, 1.
Ja go nie sięgnę.
Kurwa.
Ja biję już
I
tego.
tego.
They said Queen Anne was just
I
a
tego
folk
gówna,
tale.
uciekam.
Now there's living proof she ain't.
Potek. Buty.
Ain't saying much,
Żyję.
but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Bo ja też.
Czekaj, zabijemy ich, chodź, zabijemy tego Keepera. Ja, wyhealował się.
To fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark.
Uważaj tam za tym, o...
Chyba strzela, więc uważaj. Właśnie, stoi.
Live wine's so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one
A to
last
ja
taste.
zdecydowało.
That gator's a crazy
Warto.
gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
A, nie wiem, no. Chyba.
Już wiem, że idziesz, bo już mamy strzelać.
Face ma taka spierdoli.
What?
To będzie strzelał. Do ciebie.
No nie może dać, nie?
No właśnie.
Byłaś tam z rana.
He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols.
Mam w nich strzelić?
To przejście. Uważaj, nie?
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Uważaj.
Tak.
Chyba nie trafi. Kurde,
Mowa
mo.
poszła,
Know
no.
how Ceylandia became the richest city in the
No
world?
co ja ci poradzę, że
Two
mam?
words. Point
Uważaj.
Lemaine.
Tu do konia.
If the wilds could ever be tamed, it's gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. Kid
No
might as well
widzę,
pick
no ale
up
co
where
ja
they
zrobię?
left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days.
Nie wolę tego ja
Gun
mówię.
like that can even put the wilds
Mamy
in
to
check.
jedną. Uważaj. Wiedziałem.
Kurde,
Jest strasznie niski. Patrz, 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 ty.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure. But
Czekaj,
it
czekaj.
ain't done.
uciekaj! Dobrze.
Wow. Lepsze to niż nic.
No,
I tak bym nie uczył.
no.
Takiego wyszanowałem.
Ładnie. Już poszedł po się Google, nie?
Whole place
Pierdola.
shudders in a fit.
Chyba jebie. Na ryj.
The Grand Rail of Point Lemaine. Not only
Tak
is it still
spierdala.
there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
Kurwa, to co? Makaruca.
Wow. Trochę ostro.
The Grand Rail's all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back
Kurde,
their
nie
turf.
przyjechał. Tam go trafić? Ła.
Ano?
Kid lets a few of them slip by. Lunkheads
Nie,
settle
na
down
pewno.
like they own the place.
Ja te konie, nie?
Ja uciekam do bazy.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, but with wallflowers coughing fungus
Uważaj.
everywhere.
Kurwa mać.
Jo, uciekaj w dół. I siedź
Mówiłem.
tam.
Znowu tylko
No.
nie znałem, nie?
W dół!
Czekam, to mi się zlała.
Ja będę mało hapsu, bo tam się telefon jeszcze chwila.
Czekaj mi. A,
Lol. Uuu? To jest kurde rządka.
course, the Grand
Ja to
Rail
pierdolę,
has seen much
kurde,
more fight in
naprawdę teraz
bygone
twardy.
times.
Spierdalaj.
Do góry, do góry, do góry. Woohoo!
Near on 50 years ago,
Pierdolę.
first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
Co posadzić Warda?
Ty postawiłeś?
Ja wstawiłem.
Nie. Plecy, zobacz. Tam to Lancer puluje do mobów.
Jeden kurwa. On. Pewnie.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
LOL, zmieniło kód.
The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much
Zadajcie
longer
mi
now
mindę
that the kid took the
skrzydła na
shard.
inne.
It's still got one good run in store for him, though.
Ua. Co? Jakie
Rotten
skrzydła?
wood there on the rails
No tak,
turned
teraz.
it into
Teraz mniejsze.
Sweetweed Central.
No one mniejsze są widziałem.
Tak, ale w nocy też były
You ever
mniejsze.
tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While choking on swamp
Tak,
weed?
brązowy.
While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Ja to koniec. Ja to dobrze.
Tu nie ma trzech przypadkiem?
Mamy ser.
Uważaj, lepiej.
Ten. Czwarty!
Ja widzę trzech.
Tutaj jest czwarty. Zielony.
Dawaj, włożymy tu. Siedź tu. Chodź. I siedzimy.
But then at last, it's the end of the
Nie
line.
wychodzimy, nie strzelaj, nie
You'll be
wychodź.
picking swamp weed out of those boots for days.
Strzelam,
Turns out he's got company up at the rail station.
zabiłem
waiting
jednego.
for him.
Jo, ale ja już więcej nie zrobię. Jezu. Jednego zabiliśmy na to. Przecież tyle. Boom. Konie są jeszcze na dole. Właśnie wybiegłem.
Not just another wallflower, pincushion, mind you. At first he thinks
Weaver
it's
go
Zolf.
zabili. Albo ta.
Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When
Zabiliście?
the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took
Kurde.
that note.
Bijasz? Jesteś pewien?
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Nie przygięliśmy?
Która?
Zabiłeś kogoś?
Tak, snajpera.
Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but
Ja,
we'll take what we
kurwa.
can get.
Nie mam skoku, 10 sekund jest.
The note says it plain.
Uciekniesz. Tak.
See ya. Go east to learn the truth about the
A zanim
calamity.
cię pomoże znowu, bo chyba to
I'll be
pisałem, że
waiting.
mamy 4 na to, ale dupy nie wysyła.
Zolf.
Po co? Bo tam mam.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived. And what exactly Zolf
Na tego
told
bota
them.
pacha, bo przyjść, nie? Dwóch nam idzie.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential
To
of
też
this
nie
place.
widać.
Kurwa lagi.
The arsenal's complete in case we need protection.
Ciężko pierdolić.
Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for.
Wiem,
That's the way to
wiem.
make every shot count.
Teraz kurwa z Rosji, nie? Z kitu. Ten mowek, to miał tylko lewa, to dużo mocy. Pinka jeszcze nie ma... Nie wierzę w to.
Aha, skokiem niwelować snajperowskie.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion
Win
makes it
kurwa do
good as
chuja
new.
skoczyła.
Bonza!
Teraz bić, kurwa.
Jakby ulti rzucił, no właśnie. Bonza!
Ty kraczasz w tej grze robić, co?
W dół, uciekaj.
Tego już
Kurde.
zdechnął, kurwa, co mogę zrobić? Ale mi wertakowała dalej situuje, nie? On musi nas spierdalać, kurwa. Czy nikogo nie ma?
Farmi, stary, on musi radiance wyfarmić. To jest dosyć sporo.
Nie wygląda takiego, co parę na Radiance. Tego co widzę, to składa sobie Vanguarda. Dobra, to idę farmić może, kurwa. No, dupę się wyżładuje.
That ought to make
Dobra,
those
dobra.
fangs sink in nice and
Ja
deep.
farmię robotę. Na resztę mam wyjebane.
Now he can shoot that fang repeater all day long. The marshals learn to pack
Patrz
those
co nie robię, bo
shells
całe
full of
jakieś
fire.
pizdy, nie raz. No dobrze, pójdę na 6, kurwa.
The shards are getting harder to find. Not everything blew up in the calamity.
Ja, naprawdę.
Why Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting
Help,
inventions.
kurwa?
Mów coś, no
No,
to
trochę topie jest, ale nie po co,
Raw
nie?
power of the world
mów
fell
coś,
right
to jest
into
za
our
mówki,
hands.
stary. Rzuciłbym ci dużo wcześniej. No ale nie widziałem. A ty nic nie mówisz.
Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you?
Bonza. Jak na mida.
Jak to napierdala, już
Idę na mida, już.
zrobili.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction.
Może jakiś help? Nikt nic nie zrobił? A on nie ma żadnych itemów, no tak. Aha, on nie pada w ogóle Radiance. No dobrze. Bierz.
Trochę napierdalają w ogóle. I nie zżerają w 3 sekundy, nie?
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
Połowa.
It's awful hot in there.
Nie jestem tego taki. No i co ona zrobiła? Rzuciła daggerem, no i...
You can cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never we'd find so much life in all that ash. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on.
Nie wiem, jak to ma zrobić.
Czekaj.
To nie tylko spieda.
Aż Zeus zginie.
After all, when we look down
Weaver nic
inside
robi.
Culford Cauldron,
Ja myślałem, że on składa jakiś konkretny item. A
Co
on
to
zużył taki
kupił? Pochowają
gówno.
na serwerach.
No po co persujesz?
Nie wiem, po cholerę mu to gówno.
Cirkletków będzie składał tego Brace'a za
we
450
kept
lat.
on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
No to zajebiście mu się to gada.
Patrz na tą Queen. Widziałeś to?
Tak.
Look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity.
Dobrze. Teraz lepiej na nich.
We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jawson Bog.
Kurde! Ale to mi zrobiło tutaj temu typowi.
Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Nic. A co? Kurde, mowy zlazły.
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Kid don't shed any tears for him, though.
Uciekajcie. Czy mam wam rzucić ulti?
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing
Dobra,
left
niech
of
mi
it.
się dokończy.
It comes back
Tak,
looking
tak,
like the
zbieramy.
inside of a chimney.
Kuba świrowa na to ładny.
The shard works like a
A dobrą
charm.
grę miał.
You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Czy pomoże tutaj z tym kolesiem? Spierdalają to. To po mnie.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. Finders keepers. They said the wild could never be tamed.
To ja ci na to
If
gram.
only they could see us now.
Ja się staram nie ginąć. Mam 4 tylko.
Don't want that thing leaving your
To jest
hands
feeling,
until
że
you
kurde
decide
ten...
it's time.
ten...
Gotta make sure the
Murloc
pointy end is
zafidowany
fastened
to nie
on
wbija,
real
jak
tight.
pierdolę, nie? Z dupy się pojawił. Nie jebał. Może spizdy.
Now we can light them up or pin them down. Maybe both.
Brawo, Pinka chyba
Już
zajebista, nie?
rzucił ten. Już
Robiła?
zniknął. Bez
Can't
sensu.
rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore.
Po co to ulti? Koleś wyszedł i rzucił dagerem i koleś zniknął.
There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot.
Wow. Nawet nie trafiła ciała wtedy. Bez sensu, kompletny bez sensu. Ten Weaver nic nie robi.
We only found that little layer because they found themselves a little shard.
A ta jest jeszcze lepsza.
Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers.
Kogo możemy zabić? Kogo to strzał?
No, lol.
The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own.
Ja pierdolę, musicie tam gotować, nie? Ty ci go znowu.
But they ain't yet prepared for any company.
Żyje.
Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean.
Drugi raz już ładnie 4 już nie dał rady.
There's only one kind of mercy left these days.
Fake, lol.
No, tak mało dobrze robicie, że kurde się chyba zimy, nie? Widzicie silence.
Lol, trafiłem też,
Stoi sobie.
ale on jest niewidzialny.
What the city left behind,
Do góry
those
pobiegł.
beasts took for themselves.
Widziałem, no ale ja nie mam many. No daj. Co ja ci mogę zrobić? Ale było bonsai.
Takes a lot of convincing, and our mortars have to do the talking. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our Bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place.
Przeskoczył na tym strzał.
They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have. They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have.
Co? Co ja mam ci zrobić z taką ilością hapsów? Na respie nie dbali, dobrze. Coraz lepiej.
Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have.
Już nie jesteście nie pamiętaj.
We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square.
No ja trafiam, ale też trafiam. No. Myślałem, że to będzie. Help?
That's the way.
Gdy nawet trafiłem chyba do...
Chyba nie zaraz mówiłem.
Mega creepy, że dziękuję. Zabawne.
He's done what's best for him, don't you worry.
Zapytałem Didi.
Don't you worry. We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
Gram następną, a nie?
No,
Well, if you can't burn it,
Suggest
you can
and
always
what?
blow it to Mother on high, right?
Jeszcze
muszę iść do biura
tak.
się załatwić, będę za jakąś godzinkę.
Wow,
At least it
dobra.
won't get cold round here with that thing around.
Zobaczymy co tam na...
That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression.
Następną. Niech się wali na głowę.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?